Hey there friends, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new here, and welcome to another cleaning motivation video. Today I am resetting and refreshing the house and getting it all done before 2025. So if you're in need of some cleaning motivation also, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video. I have concocted a massive to-do list that seems to be never ending, and one of the first things I ticked off that list was going through some of Hunter's old clothes. I've got one bucket in the spare room that was full to overflowing, so I cleaned up another one I had in the garage and brought that in and sort of just separated it a little bit more into size. I've kept some things for if we end up having another kid one day, or for my sisters, just some sentimental sort of items, and then a lot of other sort of gently worn pieces I've given to a friend. I'm also just giving that spare room a good clean as well. It is very infrequently used, but I do like to keep on top of the dusting in there. And then while I was at it, I did not have this on my to-do list, but it just struck me that I was getting irritated by the design of the study area. I love, in theory, that mat that I had down on the floor, but just in practice it made it so hard to vacuum and just keep that room looking nice and tidy. So I ended up getting rid of the mat, and I've moved the desk around to the side wall. It doesn't look as aesthetic when you enter into the room, but from a filming perspective, it's a lot easier for me to get shots of me working at the desk. It's also closer to a PowerPoint for the printer and if I need to charge my laptop, and it also left a lot more space on the floor for if I want to do some workouts. So I feel like it just ended up making the space be a lot more functional. However, while I was in the process of moving that desk, I made a massive scrape along the windowsill. It is magic eraser to the rescue. I was able to get rid of that so easy, but then now I started the magic eraser, of course, I had to go around the house and see if I could find any other marks on the wall, of which there were plenty, and magic erase those as well. So I'm the type of person, I just gotta get started on one job and then it reminds me of something else I need to do, and before you know it, I've moved on to 20 different jobs and forgot about what I was originally doing in the first place. If that is not multitasking, scatterbrained mum brain for you, I don't know what is. Are you sick of watching me rearrange my wardrobe for the billionth time? My parents will tell you that I am well known for getting rid of things. I love a good declutter and I love to be more minimal, but I do sometimes have buyer's remorse and chucker's remorse. So what I tend to do is, if there are clothes I'm thinking about donating, I sort of set them aside for a little bit to mull on it. And I decided today that I would go through my wardrobe, but instead of putting things in a bag or getting rid of them straight away, I'm just going to keep them on the hanger and transfer them to the wardrobe in the study. I've mostly got wrapping paper and different craft sort of things in there, so it is completely fine for me to use it to hang clothes, and it means that I've cleared out a little bit of space in my wardrobe, but I also have time to think about the clothes prior to getting rid of them. Now, I was very lucky this morning because clearly Hunter decided that he was going to have a big morning nap, and that is letting me get onto heaps of chores. So the next one I'm going to do is just sweep down the front veranda. I am having the hardest time known to mankind keeping this lime tree happy. My sister bought it for me last Christmas, and I think I've gotten maybe 2 limes off it. In that space of time, I've also had 2 lots of black mold, and I've been able to get rid of that just with washing it down with soapy water. But now our problem is aphids. I've got them all over the kind of branches here near where my limes are actually growing, and then I've got a heap of ants that are sort of fossicking around. I don't know if they're eating the aphids or what they're doing, but they're all over the plant as well. And then I've had a heap of leaves turn yellow and fall off, and then a heap of my limes have fallen off as well. So just everything that could go wrong with this plant is going wrong. And if anyone has like some tried and true tips for when it comes to growing citrus, please let me know, because I'm on struggle street here with this plant. But we're about to give it a little bit of TLC. Hello Tuesday. Today I am once again taking advantage of that morning nap time, and we are now out in the garage. So I've already done a load of washing and I'm putting some of the linen on in the dryer, and while I'm out here I'm also going to get on to cleaning out my car. I am so truly blessed that I live like a 2-minute drive from the beach, and we have been hitting up the inlet and just enjoying some of the sunny days with Hunter, going for swims and just loving it. I'm loving this like beach mum life. It's me living my best life. But with the beach comes sand, and I'm not good at having things not be clean. So my car full of sand just really irks me. So we really needed to get in there, give it a good old dust down and a good vacuum as well. In saying that, if the weather continues to be just glorious, I will be hitting the beach up again, and there'll be more sand in the car. But that is the price you pay for, one, living in paradise, and two, just trying to create like fun memories with my son. So while I have the vacuum out here, I've already done the car. I'm also just going to vacuum these rubber mats. I don't know why I try and keep these clean when Dave's walking all over them with his work boots and the dog comes in and walks all over them with his dirty feet. But it's another one of those things that I just incessantly have to clean. So I'm getting onto that, and I'm also going to put on a load of just like miscellaneous things like hats, shoes, mats, you know, just random stuff that you don't wash very often. So I wanted to get that done, and I'm also just going to go around and water my indoor plants, and I feel pretty good with the things that I was able to achieve in today's portion. Then you stood there smiling at me as so many times before. I'll never wanna be away, leave you again. You are all I want and more. Wednesday morning, Hunter had a short sleep, and we always have swing lessons on Wednesday and then go hang out at my mum's house afterwards. So I really didn't have time to get a heap ticked off my list today. I just did some tidying and organising in the main bathroom cabinet, which is mostly just all of his things, medical bits and pieces, and like bath toys. And then on our way back from mum and dad's, I stopped into Vinnie's and dropped off a bag for donation. On Thursday, the naps just weren't napping, and I think it was a half an hour morning nap, and by the time I got myself ready for the day, he was already up. So I had to corral a bunch of toys to use as kind of like entertainment and bring him into our master bedroom while I deep cleaned that. So first of all, it was stripping the bed and putting all of the linen in the wash, and instead of remaking it, I'm going to let it air out for the day. One, to let it air out, freshen up, fresh vibes, but two, because we know I hate making the bed by myself, and of course I'm going to wait until Dave gets home this afternoon to help me do it. I'm also going to wind up all of the blinds so that I can give the windowsills a good wipe down, and later on when I'm vacuuming, I will vacuum the fly screen part of the windows as well. I gave the fan a good dust out. I was silly because I started dusting it while it was on the bed, and of course I got dust all over the bed. So I removed that and gave it a dust on the floor to get dust all over the floor, but that's fine because I am going to vacuum. It was proper dusty. So if you have a freestanding fan and you haven't given it a good dust in a while, now is your sign to do so. I moved out the bedside tables, dusted behind those. I'm doing the skirting timbers. I'm dusting down the mirror and taking that out. Doing a little bit of rearranging on this console table as well, and then obviously I'll get my big vacuum cleaner and bring that in and give the whole room a vacuum as well. You can see Hunter's little feet there in the corner with his toys. He loves the vacuum cleaner, by the way, so I feel like that is one chore I can get away with doing frequently and he will not have a problem with it, because he just thinks it's so funny watching the vacuum cleaner, or if he's in his little walker, he'll be following me around the house in it as well. And while I've got the vac out, the last job I'm going to do today is vacuum out the tracks of the big sliding doors in our living dining area. They were disgusting. And then I also did the one in the laundry as well, and just in sort of behind the washing machine, which was a little bit dusty as well. We have had a mix of super great weather and heavy rain lately, so outside has definitely taken a hit and I haven't got enough tidying done out there as I would like. Today I'm going to be deadheading some of the plants in this little garden, and can someone please remind me next time that I need to squat down as opposed to bend down? There was almost like an undie reveal in that scene. And I'm also going to do some weeding around this side of the house. Dave sprayed it quite a while ago. It was looking terrible at that point, and since then a lot of the weeds have not grown back, which is fantastic, but I did notice a couple of them coming through recently, so I'm going to get on to those ASAP before it turns into a jungle like it was previously. I do still have a few outdoor activities on the list that I didn't manage to get done in this video, but hopefully I still will be able to tick those off before the new year. But thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. I upload new ones every single week. With that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.